Do, 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 do. Oh my goodness. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the A to Z program. You are live right here with me on popculturepros.com, and we want to thank you for tuning in tonight. We got a really good show for you tonight. Um, we have some interesting headlines we're going to go over, and we have a new segment we're going to bring back from classic late night because well, we kind of feel that some of the late night stuff has been lacking, and we want to reinvigorate and bring back um, some certain fun segments that have been a staple for late night for so many years. So, although we're not late night, we're more like mid evening. But anyway, my name is Eric. We want to thank you for coming to the program, and hope everybody's doing well. And as always on the program, I'm joined in the control room right over here by producer Dave. Producer Dave, are you here? Are you here somewhat? There you
Boom.
are.
What is
How you
up,
doing, producer
Eric?
Dave?
Good, good, good. Kicking off, this holiday, you know,
Oh, the
ending it
holiday.
in style.
You know, it's funny. We'll probably get into that a little bit later, and because it's funny how these holidays sometimes only pertain and affect to certain people as far as working goes. As far as working goes, some people tend to get more time than others. So that's a little weird, isn't it, Dave?
It absolutely is, especially since we had back-to-back holidays today. But
Yeah.
before we kick off, let's go to your fans, your viewers, your audience.
Oh my goodness. Are we? Hello. Well, hello there, Bambi. Thank you for coming on again tonight. Thanks for always. Bambi's great, isn't she? She's really. Bambi's
She,
like a
she number one fan.
number one fan, staple of the show. Yo, yo, boss. What's happening? Oh, Dave getting some love from Bambi and Harley. Look at this, Dave. Holy
How
cow.
do you do, ladies? Thank you. Glad
You
to
know,
be
you should
here.
give Dave
Glad you're
love.
watching.
Yeah, you should give Dave love because, Dave is the head of staff here at the program, and he is the producer, content creator, um,
I basically
director.
I'm the one that keeps Eric in line.
He
That's
keeps me
basically
in
what it
line
is.
at 100%. He's the he's the he is the staple of the program. So
He's
um,
you know my Brutus the Barber Beefcake, and I am his you know mouth of
uh,
the South Jimmy Hart.
there you go. There you go. It that's I couldn't have come up with a better analogy myself. Dave, I was driving home tonight, and like every week I complain about the weather, and I'm telling you, we're like in some kind of weird, like up here in upstate New York, we were in this weird vortex. It's like 15 miles away, it starts like snowing and almost like it's like icy snow. It's not like ice or sleet because but it's snow, and it covers the friggin' road. And I get up halfway home and there's nothing on the road. And then I get to my hometown and I can't even make it up my hill. Oh, Bambi agrees. Yeah, she was
That, that,
driving
that,
home and she was driving. Oh, come on, boss. Yeah, seriously, boss. Fans? Of course they're fans. He can't. It was 86 degrees here at noon today. Well, I'm happy
it
for
was.
you, boss. I hope you had a moo and a pair of board shorts on to commemorate your wonderful nice day. I don't have warm weather envy really. I don't. I love the 2 months of warm weather we get up here. It's great.
I completely agree with you. I wish we kind of had more cold down here because, yeah, it was 86 degrees, but with humidity, it makes it feel like it's 102. And I can be wearing a shirt like I'm wearing right now, and I'm sweating up a storm down here. We have to blast my air conditioning all the way up high to even feel something.
My God, that's so foreign to me because it's so freaking cold up here, and it's so like snowing and shitty when you walk out. It's just so bizarre. But
S- So, with that, do you have, for everyone out there, Eric's obviously up in New York. I'm down here in the great sunshine state of Florida. Up there, do you guys have? Because I know when I go visit family in Jersey,
Hmm.
they don't have like air conditioning, like an actual like a in-house unit. Do you guys have like the one that's on the wall? What you guys mainly have are the heaters, which it's foreign to us down here.
Well, what we have up here, most people have those units that you slide in the window,
Hmm.
and like has that big three-prong 220 plug. It's not 220, but it looks like it is, and it draws a lot. They draw a lot of electricity. But yeah, we have those window units that you sit in, and then you hear them buzzing outside when you walk by, and they drip water. That's what most people have. Some people invest, and I don't know why. I mean, maybe it's for health reasons. Maybe it's just for general comfort reasons. It's very expensive, but you can get central air up here, and there are some people that have it. Most people don't. A lot of people don't even use regular the window units because you can get to a spot where like if you live by a river or live in the woods, like you open up the door, open up the windows, and like you're in the shade all the time. So that can create a cooling effect. But normally people have like the just the window units that you slide in and slide out. So
See, like the boss here, I'm just like, man, what is this in window AC units? But he has it in his cave there, with his Mets and Giants stuff. So keep a little piece of home there.
this did remind you of days gone by. I have
Oh, did,
RD has
oh,
central air, but
already
he's
has
only
Central.
used it a few times.
Well, I
That's
can
right.
understand that you guys don't really need it because again, it's just naturally cool. Only probably what in the summer.
In the summer, you'll get like from late June to mid August, it'll be decently hot during the day. But the cool thing about night is it gets pretty cold at night. I mean, you're talking at 85 during the day. It could get down to like 50, 45 at night, which is like a welcome change because if you're sweating all day, and
It's
like
nice.
down there, it's a very humid. Yeah, exactly, Bambi. We're too broke in New York for central air. That's the truth. Oh, we have a new. I haven't seen this name before. Danielle Marsh. Danielle Gasparini Marsh. My dad lived in Greenwood Lake, and I lived with him, and we had a window fan. Uh, Danielle, that is a more common occurrence up here than the air conditioners are. A lot of people have window fans. A lot of people get the fans that kind of like the circular fans that blow around. So yeah, that's exactly right. But he didn't use it. Oh, okay. Well, apparently he had central air, but he didn't use it. Well, that's kind of strange, and that's kind of a nice segue because Dave, what do you think? Do you think it's time we enlighten these folks and give them some not so serious headlines here?
Absolutely, give them something to look forward to laugh, cheer them up after such a
After
long
yeah,
Monday.
yeah, yeah. Let's poke at the cerebral cortex of the humorous gland in everyone's brain, and let's see what's going on in this wacky world that we live in. So I have a really fun one here, Dave. And of course, everybody's going to immediately first thing say cliche because guess what the first two words are, Dave? Take a wild guess what the first two words are.
I'm assuming it's taking a jab at my fellow residents here in the Sunshine State.
It exactly is. It is Florida man proposes using rings stolen from his other lover. So, detectives say that the victim saw her boyfriend's new fiance wearing a wedding band and engagement ring identical to her own from a prior marriage. And this is in Orange City, Florida. So a Florida man stole an engagement ring and wedding bands from a girlfriend and used them to propose to another girlfriend, according to authorities. Volusia, is that right? Volusia County?
Yeah,
Sheriff's
Valencia.
Volusia County Sheriff deputies said Thursday they had issued an arrest warrant for Joseph Davis, 48, who had not been found as of Friday. Their investigation started earlier this year when a woman from Orange City, Florida, told detectives she had discovered her boyfriend, who actually was engaged to someone else. And she looked up the fiance's Facebook page, of course, and she noticed a photo of her wedding ring, or her wedding band, an engagement ring, I'm sorry, that was identical to her own from a prior marriage. The sheriff's officer said in a statement that was released in a news release. So when the Orange City woman checked her jewelry box, she found her rings were missing, as were several other pieces of jewelry, including a diamond ring that belonged to her grandmother. The total value of the stolen property, Dave, get this, $6,270. Now, Orange City is located halfway between Orlando and Daytona, so the woman said she reached out to her fiance, who returned some of the items, and they both called it off with Davis. Both women. That's a shocker that they, after finding that out, and they all who also went by the name. Oh boy, this guy's creative, Dave. If you're going to come up with an alias, I mean, wouldn't it be something like wouldn't you like if your name was Joseph Davis? Wouldn't you want to be like Chauncey Walker or something like that, like to throw people off? But no, he went by the alias Joe Brown and Marcus Brown. Now, the fiance who lives in
So
Florida,
he left the same last name.
he left the same last name, so it's like he's
Oh
not
man.
really throwing off the dogs here. Like, but the fiance in Florida, or in Orlando, she told detectives she'd been duped too. And when Davis took one fiance to the house that actually he took the one he took the fiance to the house that belonged to the Orange City woman while she was at work and claimed it was his. So he went to the other girlfriend's house, claimed it was his, asked his fiance to move in with him, but then he disappeared. And by that time, the fiance discovered her laptop and jewelry were missing. And even though he didn't have his real name, the jilted woman remembered that he had a relative in North Carolina, and detectives were able to track down the relative who identified Davis, according to the sheriff's office. Davis has an active arrest warrant for a hit and run crash with injuries in Oregon. Jesus Christ, he made it all the way up to Oregon? Previously had been arrested for possession of a fictitious ID. Now, wait a minute. Have you ever heard, I mean, fake ID, alias, I mean, how, fictitious ID? I mean, holy Christ, Mark Twain, writing these headlines here? Filing a false police report, domestic assault, and possession of cocaine with intent to sell. So he's got quite a sheet here. Holy shit!
He hasn't
Wow,
stopped.
Mr. Brown, you're batting 1,000. So, according to the sheriff's office, the jail where Davis previously was booked noted that he had a tattoo on his left arm that said, "Only God can judge me." Wow.
Whew. I'm just gonna put up Bambi's comment right here.
Yeah. And Bambi wonders, well, Bambi, after hearing a story like that, I absolutely don't blame you. I mean, that's not giving too much credence to Dave and I's gender here. That's not.
Especially me that lives in Florida. But
Yeah, you poor guy. It's like, where are you from? Oh, I live in Florida and blah blah blah, da da da. And they're like, okay, well, Florida man. That
but
sucks. Joe Brown.
and he took the Ted Bundy route because he did something in Oregon and said, "Hey, let me go down to Florida and finish it off."
Now wait a minute. Fictitious ID. It's like they wrote this whole thing. And by the way, on my reading errors that I was doing, I was reading the actual headlines and I was trying to use my 2-year English degree to make the sentences more legible and try to make them sound better. But I was actually reading verbatim from this thing, and that's how bad this was written. But they did use fictitious ID, so somebody there apparently has a thesaurus hanging out on their desk. But
Trying to
here's
be
another
fancy.
one. Here's another one. So, oh boy. So here's a man who lost more than 30 pounds drinking only beer during Lent.
Only beer.
Only beer. Only beer.
All right, I'm gonna take some notes
He
here.
said he said, well, with just a few weeks to go, Hall has lost more than 30 pounds. It says, the weirdest thing in my dreams, I've been dreaming about food every night, Hall said. But for 46 days, Hall would have an assortment of beer for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He says, following the lead of monks in the 1600s who would fast during the season by a Bach beer diet. Wow. So all he did was drink beer, and he lost 30 pounds. Now, do you believe that? I'm not sure if I believe that or not.
It depends, I guess, on what type of beer. Just because of the calorie intake. Like, I'm pretty sure if I had, let's see, you're thinking you have to be, at a calorie deficit, right? So let's say
Hmm.
under 2,000 calories if you work out or whatever, not even just normal day. So you want to get under that. So if all I had to drink throughout the whole day was, let's say I had 9 White Claws, right? That's all I had. That's 900 calories.
Mm.
So right there, I'm at a deficit. So I should technically lose some sort of weight. I don't know how big the guy was.
He looked like a big guy. I couldn't get the picture. I was going to try to bring the picture up, but he looked like a formidable person who, that Yasmina says that story must be a lie. I wish it were, Yasmina, but it's not. It's kind of a primary source because I think he submitted it, and there's actually a video associated with it. So we didn't get too savvy with showing the video parts of it today, but I just thought the headline was pretty funny. Um, as is this one a little weird. So this one's, oh boy. Let's dive into this one. A lawyer gets stuck in a cat filter mode during a Zoom trial, and he proclaims, "I'm not a cat." So attorney Rod Ponton had a technical snafu during an exchange with a judge that can only be described as kitty funny. Kitty funny? I mean, I don't know. Kitty funny? What the hell does that mean? Anyway, um, a Texas lawyer's technical snafu during a court hearing conducted on Zoom has led to a lot of catty comments. Catty comments, Dave. Catty comments. That's a real thing. Because the cat filter converted attorney Rod Ponton's face during the proceedings, leading to an amusing exchange with Judge Roy B. Ferguson. Is it me, or do most, like every 10th judge you ever hear about is named Roy Ferguson? Am I wrong? It
No.
just seems like a judge. Like if you were to appear in front of the Honorable Roy Ferguson, I just kind of feel like that's like a that's like a generic judge name. So already this story would have been suspect. But Mr. Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on your video settings, Ferguson said perceptibly. Can you hear me, Judge? Ponton replied. Well, I can hear you. I think it's a filter, the judge responded. Ponton agreed and explained the situation. I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here and she's trying to remove it, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. And he added, I'm here live and I'm not a cat. So Ponton later told Vice that the mistake happened while he was using his secretary's computer, which had the filter on it. So apparently his secretary is a cat lover. And I took it off and replaced it with my face, Ponton explained. It was a case involving a man trying to exit the United States with contraband and contraband cash. All it was a mistake. It was taken off, and we had the hearing as normal. Normal is a relative term, considering the clip of the exchange is going viral on social media. Well, for Christ's sake, I don't wonder why. Freaking cat. Can you imagine your lawyer show like you're on your like last trial of like getting off on like some serious charge, and like because of everything going on, you have to do this Zoom meeting, and you're like, you got this big hotshot lawyer, and he's ready to represent you, and you're like all like ready for like, oh man, cool, this is gonna be it. I'm gonna get a fine, and I'll do my 28 days of community service and all that stuff, and then here comes Garfield like on the thing, and it's like, and then the judge is like, oh well, yeah. It makes me think of my cousin Vinny. It's like, oh well, yeah, yeah. Oh, you look like a cat there over here. I think that's how Roy Ferguson would talk. But my God. So apparently, like these Zoom things are really like taking on a life of their own because I've been seeing like, well, what was the one lady was farting, the teacher, she was farting during her presentation to her kids, and another mom who was at home with her daughter, I think was peeing like in the bathroom, and the daughter turned the camera and then showed her mom sitting on the toilet. So like this Zoom thing is really starting to catch on here. Like these what would we call these Zoom mishaps?
Yeah, there's a lot of those. I've seen a lot of like, like let's say for teachers and classes like that where they'll do like a pencil thing where they start passing the pencil through each like each person's like little thing. So it's like if I go like this and I get well this way, I guess, and give you a pencil, and then you grab a pencil and it looks like that and start passing it, or they'll do like some dance, some elaborate dance there.
Oh my God. I am not. Oh, we got some cool comments going up here. That's Danielle likes. I am not a cat. Do you imagine having to exclaim that? You're like this big hot. Like I said, you're a hot shot lawyer. But really, I'm not a cat. I'm not.
I
I would
promise.
start. I would start batting stuff around. Like I don't know. I just think it'd be funny. The judge. I guess the judge kind of had a little bit of sense of humor with it. But like I said, I'm trying to imagine myself being his client. Like who the fuck is this guy? You know what I mean? Why is he wearing? I want to know like because they didn't show pictures or anything, but I want to know if he's like wearing a tie or something. You know what I mean? But cat calling. She must have been doing some cat calling, Yasmina, because that's just crazy, man. That's just I don't know, not very professional, Mister Solicitor. So so we have one more here, Dave. Back into the animal world. So ooh, so we have a koala. Does everybody know what a koala is? A koala is like a little animal from Australia, kind of cute.
Cute, has
So a
a chlamydia.
koala is it what now?
That has chlamydia.
Chlamydia. Yeah, Jesus Christ. There's a koala that was rescued after causing a five-car pileup on an Australian freeway. The marsupial wasn't behind the wheel, it was trying to cross a six-lane freeway near Adelaide. That's a marsupial? Aren't they the ones with pouches? Hmm, who knew? I didn't know. But in Canberra, Australia, why do they have such weird names in Australia? What's the matter with them? A koala has been rescued after causing a five-car pileup while trying to cross a six-lane freeway in southern Australia. So it's in southern Australia. I wonder if their southern Australia is like the southern United States. I don't know what that means. So police said the crash in heavy Monday morning traffic in the city of Adelaide caused some injuries, but no one required an ambulance. The animal's rescuer said she got out of the car to investigate what had caused the pileup. Nadia Tugwell. Nadia Tugwell. Think about that. With her coat in hand, teamed up with a stranger clutching a blanket in a bid to capture the marsupial. A concrete highway divider had blocked the koala's crossing. The koala was absolutely not damaged in any way, Tugwell said. It was very active and very calm. But once the koala was in her trunk, Tugwell drove to a gas station and to turn the animal over to wildlife rescuers. In the interim, the koala was able to climb from the trunk into her SUV's cabin. So you're driving down, and next thing you know, you got this hairy looking thing, like has the tufts, looks like an old man. You know what I mean? Like a guy that sells hot dogs and stuff. You ever see the koala's hair? It's kind of weird. So it decided to climb into the front toward me. So I said, "Okay, you stay here. I'll get out," she said. So it started sitting for a while on the steering wheel as if saying, "Let's go for a drive." And that's when I started taking photos, she added. So the photo that they had on there, Dave, was of the koala actually steering the car. So Tugwell said she had learned from past experience how to calm koala. She's a koala whisperer. She had learned how to calm koalas by covering their eyes. She lives near a eucalyptus forest near Adelaide and has twice called animal handlers to rescue koalas injured in fights with other koalas. So, wait a minute, they have like a fight club? I live up in the hills, and if you let them do what they want to do and don't chase them or something, they're okay, Tugwell said. So if you don't chase them, Dave, or something, the koalas will leave you alone. The leather trimmings of her luxury vehicle, ooh, she had a luxury vehicle. Oh, boy. Were scratched by the animal, but Tugwell said the happy ending was well worth the damage. The koala, by the way, was later released into the forest and went away from the freeway. So Koala was fine. He was just trying to cross the road. And this lady just happens to live near a eucalyptus forest and
How was that a happy ending with the car accident? It caused a car accident.
a five-car pileup. Plus, she stuffed the thing in the trunk. I mean, my God. Obviously, he didn't want to be there because he got up into the Isn't it funny how they say cabin? What would we say? Front seat? Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
the passenger side or the driver's seat.
The driver's side. But and I quote, the koala was absolutely not damaged in any way. It was very active and calm. But it just seems to me like, I mean, they're on the other side of the world underneath there in Australia. They're a little different than we Americans are. I suppose the occurrence of wild animals climbing from your trunk into your front seat isn't really a rare one. I mean, because this lady just kind of seemed like it was the morning ride to work. And oh, by the way, there was a 5 car pileup, but no big deal. Nobody was hurt.
Caused by
Nobody
a
required
koala.
an ambulance.
So
Come on.
it's like you know. I mean, from what I've seen, I've wanted to go to Australia, but then I go ahead and see these stories about this monstrosity of a spider, a monkey-looking thing.
Yeah.
So not only do you have to worry about all these insects that can literally kill you,
Hmm.
sharks in the water. Now you got to worry about koalas on the road. I'm starting not to want to go to Australia.
That's yeah.
Like it's just danger everywhere. Like I would quarantine even if there wasn't a pandemic. Apparently, if I lived in Australia.
Why are you inside? Oh, I don't know. There's a snake out there that's the size of my Volkswagen, and he just swallowed a cow. So I think I'm going to hang out in here and watch Oprah. Come on. And there's another chucklehead that lives in Australia that we won't name, but that's kind of fitting. Yeah. Well, he who must not be named. But Dave, they're the not so serious headlines today. Boy, I'll tell you what. In an effort to not focus on the negative and downer news, that is kind of refreshing to hear the silliness of the world and that it still actually happens because it's almost like they're kind of trying to suppress stuff like that. So
Absolutely. I mean, it's still fun to hear things like that. You're like, oh, you thought my day was bad. You thought your day was bad. Yeah, but
yeah,
look at this Joe Schmo over here. It's pretty bad over there too.
it is. That was fun though. That was good. So anyway, uh, yeah, that was fun. So Dave, you had a there's something that you want to like maybe try to take the hammer and perhaps crack the intellect of Eric and see if I can perhaps unwind some of these nutty, knowledgeable quips you have cooked up for me.
Absolutely. We're bringing it back from last week. We're bringing back testing Eric's noggin.
And I'm ready.
And
I am
today
ready.
we are doing just regular, good old, simple brain teasers here.
Yeah.
So, everyone watching at home, to the millions and millions watching, please keep score. Whether Eric gets it right or not, I'll try to do the same. So, are you ready?
I am ready. And there's pressure on you, audience, so you're keeping score. And remember, winner. Oh, and Dave, by the way, after we do this, we have to poll the audience that's watching because remember, whoever gets the closest to how late you and I stayed up last week from the coffee gets a free T-shirt.
Absolutely. We don't think we forgot. We're
We
saving
didn't
the best
forget.
for last.
We didn't forget.
Uh oh.
Kayfabe is dead.
Uh oh. We got our
Oh,
brothers from the Empire 161 show
shout
tuning in
out.
and telling us that it's not that. I'm telling you, I'm keeping him in line. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just my Jimmy, or I'll be Jim Cornette. I don't mind. I'll carry
Yep.
around the racket.
Yep. He's like he's my manager and what's Heyman to Brock Lesnar. He's
The
uh
advocate.
the advocate. So you're an advocate, but you're kind of like the manager, uh, handler, like you're keeping me if I get too far, you reel me back in. You're kind of like you're the angler kind of
Yeah,
thing.
I'll be your Teddy Long, and if you get out of line, you're gonna go one on one with the Undertaker.
Oh boy, yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that at all. So anyway, Dave,
All right,
I'm ready.
all right,
I'm cooked up and I'm ready.
all right. Question number one, or
Question
teaser
one,
number one.
teaser one.
Among timepieces, sundials have the fewest moving parts. Which timepiece has the most moving parts?
So a sundial has the least moving parts. What instrument has the most moving parts?
What timepiece?
Timepiece. What timepiece has the most moving parts? Dave, I would have to say a pocket watch.
Pocket watch, final answer.
Final answer.
The timepiece that has the most moving parts is an hourglass. It has thousands of grains of sand.
Wow. How did I not get that? That's, oh my gosh, that makes total sense too. Here I am thinking mechanisms and cogs and springs, and I'm like, oh yeah, a pocket watch. It has like 10,000. Nobody even would think of a million grains of sand.
Nope, look, we had a grandfather clock.
Grandfather clock,
Big Ben.
Big Ben. Good answer. Good
So
answer.
see, along with our audience, you didn't. It was a toughie. It was kind of tricky there.
That was tricky. And who knew that we were going to learn something here today?
All right, so you're 0-1 right now.
0 for 1. Keep score, folks.
All right, next up. Upon taking his car to a hotel, a man immediately declares bankruptcy. What's the reasoning?
Upon taking his car to a hotel, a man declares bankruptcy immediately.
Yes.
What's
What is
his
the reasoning?
What's the reason? A man takes his car to a hotel and immediately declares bankruptcy. When the reason is, oh my goodness, declares bankruptcy upon arriving at a hotel.
That's for next time, Timmy. I'm gonna get the hat.
The reason is, oh boy. Oh my gosh, Dave. You might have just broke the bank here. He declares bankruptcy upon arriving to the hotel. Oh, is it because he doesn't want to pay? Final answer?
Final answer?
Final answer.
The reason is, and somebody got it right in the chat, and it's none other than the boss, and that is because he is playing Monopoly.
Oh, boss. Oh, I wasn't even looking at the comments either. Oh,
Yep.
funny without even. I'm not gonna look at the comments because I don't want to cheat. So, you put them up. You put them up as they go because that's not fair. I should, and I didn't look this time anyway. I didn't even look, but. And how would I know anyway? Who
Well, no,
cares?
you never know because everyone might have a different, answer. So you just got to pick one. Unless
And I don't know the answer anyway. So
exactly, unless it's the boss and Bunker, then they're just gonna tag team, against you.
oh, of course they are because they're the unified universal tag team champions now. I mean they've got nothing on like the Dudley Boys. They're just
Exactly, they're the new Rock and Roll Express.
Ricky and Robert, Stevie and Jimmy.
All right, let's see. All right, so this one next. A woman is born in 2020 but dies in 1995. How can this be?
A woman was born in 2020 but dies in 1995. How can this be? Wow. Now hang on a minute. I should know. I should be able to get this. A woman was born in 2020 but dies in 1995. How can this be? Because it's something simple, and I'm going to make it complicated just because. I'm going to have to say was she in a coma? No. Born. Was she cloned?
Final answer.
I'm gonna
Clone.
say clone. Final answer.
All right. So the reason that she was born in 2020 but died in 1995, she was born in 2020 BC.
Oh, backwards because it goes backwards up until the year 0, then starts forward. Oh my God.
Yep, look. Harley got it. Shit, born in
I
2020 BC.
Harley, great. That's awesome.
Steve, was she in a coma and then in a DeLorean? Cody,
Great
this was
Scott.
a good one. Names of the hospital are 2020 and 1995. That would have been a good
Cody, that was clever. That was
yeah.
really clever. That was absolutely clever. It did the small shrimp.
Boss thought the same thing.
Oh, well, I'm glad the boss was wrong. Um, the small shriveled mushroom that's my brain. Oh my God, I can't believe that.
So
Well,
we're
Dave,
0 for 3 right now.
we're 0 for 3 right now. Eric's sucking ass, so let's see if I can get one right here sometime.
All right, right. I think you're gonna get this one. I have the utmost, you know, confidence in you here. This 5-letter word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it. What's the word?
This 5-letter word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it.
2 letters? Yes.
Short.
Final answer?
Final answer.
The correct answer is short.
Woo! I got one right. They
You
like
got
me.
it.
They
See,
really
I
like
told
me.
you, I had faith that you had this one. I
Dave,
knew it.
your radar's good with me, man. This is scary. And then Tim and his frickin' kayfabe bullshit. See Tim? See Tim? See what's going on
That's
here?
it. Harley got it too short.
Harley got it too. Good for you, Harley. You're doing way better than I am.
All right, so now you're what? 1 and 3. One.
1 and 3.
All right, next up, we have a family has 2 parents and 6 sons. Each of the sons has one sister. How many people are in the family?
Okay. So this family has 2 parents, 6 sons. Repeat the rest.
Each of the sons has one sister.
Each of the sons has one sister.
How many people are in the family?
So 2 parents, 6 sons. And each of the son has a sister. So how many people are in the family? So this son has a sister. So there would be 7 kids, and counting the parents, there would be 9. So I'm gonna say 9.
Final answer?
Final answer.
The correct answer is 9.
Woohoo!
Oh, well, look at that. The audience is there with you. 9. Oh,
Oh,
you're bouncing back.
nice, Yasmina. Thank you. I mean, we're on the same wavelength here. That's great. That's great. Oh, Sam said 7. You're close, Sam. That's the number of kids. You got to include the parents. So Sam was on the right track.
All right, all right. Let's see.
Can
Let's
you,
see.
Dave, real quick? Can you put the comment of Cody and then put Steve's up right afterward?
Hold on. Okay.
So Cody says, "I haven't seen your noggin take a beating like this since '95," and then the boss says, "Or since last week." He's probably right. Whether chemically induced or not. Ooh.
It's like he took a
So,
steel chair to the back of the head.
oh God, I still have, since my receding hairline has gotten greater, you can actually, like, if you get close enough, which, God forbid anybody would, but you can see, like, I have one spot right here where I got cracked by these 2 douchebags called the Grungers. Like, so here's how cool they were. Like, they were all right. I'm not gonna shit on them, but they were kind of dickheads. They kind of, and they were stiff, and they didn't need to be, and they were smaller guys, so I think they had that little man syndrome. But like when Vince and I wrestled them, when Vince Goodnight was my tag team partner, we had this bloodbath, like, to set up another, like, the feud. Like, so what they did was they took a chair and they waffled me with the rolled part, and it split me open. I mean, I split open just like throwing a tomato right at the wall. I mean, it just, blood went everywhere. I'm sitting there blood soaked. They took poor Vince and power bombed him through a table. But when they did that, the banding around the table, the nails came back and cut him right on the mouth, and it was terrible.
Oh my goodness. Well, look, I'm gonna put up, one of our show favorites, Deanna's aunt. So she's
Deanna.
reminded of the time that she told you that she cracked her ribs on a folding chair. Your response to that was, "Me too, but I think my circumstances were probably different than yours."
That's true too. That's a true story. That really did happen. I remember that, Deanna. I remember that. But yeah, the grungers, they were, they gave me that scar right there. And the funny thing, you want to, Dave, this segues into a cool story. You ready for this? The doctor, there happened to be a doctor in attendance that night at the show, and he stitched me up and prescribed me some antibiotics and stuff. He was the actual doctor who was there when during the Hell in the Cell infamous match where the Undertaker and Mick Foley. He had the shaggy hair, and he was the guy that was stitching Foley up and trying not to get him to go back. Because if you go back and look, you can see him. I can even point him out sometime. But he stitched me up, and he talked to me about it. So it was pretty, and that was pre Hell in the Cell. I think that happened to me before the Hell in the Cell happened. So I got stitched up before Mick Foley did.
Wow.
Isn't
Look at
that
that.
cool?
You and Mick, man, you guys share something in common now.
Kindred spirits.
All right, I got one more for you. Well, I got a couple more, but let's go through this one. You're in
Yeah.
a cabin with no electricity.
Mm-hmm.
Come nightfall, you have a candle,
Mm-hmm.
a wood stove,
Mm-hmm.
and a gas lamp, but
Okay.
only one match.
Only
Which do
one.
you light first?
So I'm in a cabin with no electricity. I have a candle, a wood stove, and a gas lamp,
Correct.
and I have one match. Which item do I light first?
Correct.
So if I have one match, I should probably light the candle because by lighting the candle, I can therefore light the wood stove and the gas lamp with the flame off of that. So I'm going to say the candle.
Candle final answer.
Candle is final answer.
The item that you would light first is, as the audience said, the match.
Oh, for Christ's sake. I knew.
And you
What?
said it too.
I did say it too. God damn it.
You were there, and I'm like, okay, he's gonna get it. And then it was just like the candle, and I'm like, okay.
Boy, I tell you what, I accept any and all criticism on that one, ladies and gentlemen, because that was probably the goddamn dumbest thing I've ever said in my life. I can't believe that. The frickin' match. Of course you light the match first. My God. Gee
Look,
willikers.
we got an audience risk question here too now.
Oh, Sam. Well,
If
ask
you're
this one, Dave.
so if you're at a railroad and you see a car, how do you spell it without an R?
If you're at a railroad and you see a car, how do you spell it without an R? Jesus Christ, Sam. That's making my eyebrows hurt. I have no idea. What's the answer, Samo? Hmm.
Let's see.
TT.
Have you said it
Did it, I
yet?
the match? It.
Oh wow. Wait.
It. Oh,
I
they
get
know.
it. I get it. He got me with that too. I was like, what the hell is it?
Spell it without an R. IT.
IT.
God damn it. God damn it.
So you're at a good two and five right now.
Two and five. Give me some more, Dave.
All right. In
I
your
gotta. I
pocket,
get.
in your pocket are two newly minted U.S. coins with a sum of 30 cents.
Okay.
One isn't a nickel. What two coins are in your pocket?
So I have two newly minted coins that add up to 30 cents. And
U.S.
one.
with no loonies or none of that Canadian nonsense.
No crowns. So they add up to 30 cents, but they're only two coins.
Yeah, two coins add up to 30 cents, but one of them isn't a nickel. What are the two coins?
Well, um, if they're two coins and one of them is not a nickel, because a nickel is 5 cents, because you can't do the 25 cents and the five, and it's only two coins. Oh boy, Dave, is there a? Boy, this is obvious too, probably. Add up to 30 cents. I don't know. I give up.
So this one's tricky. You just got to really listen to it. So it
One
says
isn't a nickel, but one
what
is.
exactly. So
Oh Jesus
everyone there got
Christ!
a nickel and a
Oh, for
quarter
Christ!
and a
I
nickel.
just got it at the nick of time. Oh boy, I suck at these. I should just keep making the terrible jokes and not even try to. No, but this is fun. What the hell?
Okay,
Got any more, Dave?
I do. I got. We'll do one more. Right now you're 2-6, right?
Let's see if we can get three.
Yeah.
Okay, audience, I need you now. I need your full support. I need you to send me positive juju. We're gonna
All right.
go for Eric wants to get three right. So send me the love. Send me the positive brain vibe. Send me the brain waves. We got to get this one right. Hit me, Dave.
All right. A cowboy gallops into town on Monday, stays for 2 days, and leaves town on Monday. How can this be?
So he gallops into town on Monday.
Stays
Stays
for
for
two,
two.
2 days.
Stays for 2 days,
Yes.
and then leaves on Monday.
Yes.
How can this be? Gallops into town on a Monday, and he stays for 2 days, and he leaves on a Monday. How can this be? Hmm. Comes into town on Monday, leaves on Monday. Gallops into town. All right, I'm gonna go with like. Boy, this is probably wrong. Okay. He's a cowboy. He's riding a horse,
He's galloping into town, so
galloping to town. His horse's name is Monday. His horse's name is Monday. I know that. I know it's that.
final answer.
Final answer.
His horse's name is Monday.
Oh yes. Oh, bada
Yeah.
bing. Oh, the let me guess. Every freaking person in the chat got it, and I was. Let me look. Oh
Yep.
yeah. Oh, there it is. Yep. Yep. Harley, Cody, the boss, Steph. Thanks, Steph.
You're right. But you're batting a good, 3. What is it, 3-6? That's not too bad.
3 and 6. Is that 500?
Or 3 out of 9. You're batting like 33%
So that's like a 180 average.
No, no, 33. Point
Oh,
33.
330,
Yeah, because
333.
you
Oh,
it was
some.
I did 9 total questions. Unless you want me to do one more to try to get you to 400.
Hmm. I think
Because
I'm
I've
going to
done
stay in
9.
the Wade. I'm going to stay in the Wade Boggs, Tony Gwynn. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to test fate here because I'll probably strike out like Gary Carter did on. I don't know when he did. He probably did a lot, but I just wanted to tease the boss a little bit, or Lenny Dykstra, one of the two.
Oh man! Before we move on, we had our own Tim Tabala chiming in.
They're plotting a takeover. Hey, I look what I happen to be wearing, Tim Tabala. Uh oh. Uh oh. What are we doing?
I plead the fifth.
Hey, we're just having fun here on the program, man. That's what we do. We are the we're not the movie show. We're not the sports show. We're not the wrestling show. We are the show. This is the anything and everything show. We bring you quality entertainment by two handsome dudes, one from Florida, one from New York. That's all I got.
All right, so we're oh, so wait, before we go to our last segment, we want to talk about last week's episode. If you haven't got, have no idea what we're talking about, you might want to stop, go watch, or you might just want to give us a guess here.
Hmm.
But last week we did a testing of four generic iced coffees that you can buy at your local convenience store, and
Hmm.
we rated them, saw which one we liked the most. I believed I liked the Coke uh, coffee one, and you liked
Yep.
the Starbucks.
Yes.
So we drank four, and this was again like at 7, 8 o'clock at night. We knew we were not going to go to sleep anytime soon, and we
Hmm.
told you, we gave the audience the option of, letting you guys decide what time you guys thought we went to sleep. And Eric, what was the rules and the grand prize if they get it right?
Well, yeah, Dave, the stipulations were whoever gets closest to mine and Dave, the time that the actual time, like how late we stayed up. So, for example, I think Eric stayed up till blah blah blah, and Dave fell asleep at blah blah blah. So, whosoever gets it closest or gets it right will be receiving hot off the presses a brand new A to Z program T-shirt, your size, and all that. So let's have everybody's guesses here.
All right,
Bring
so
them
let
all in,
yeah.
and we'll tell you. We will tell you how close and who wins. And
So here's what I think we should do. We'll leave it up there,
mhm,
and then we'll do our last segment, and then at the end of it, before the show ends,
we'll go back to
everyone
it.
we'll go back to it and let everyone know what the exact time was. So I'll make sure
Sweet.
I'll be writing everyone's
You're gonna okay.
responses.
You're gonna do the bullets and um
Yes. And with that, I guess we'll go into our last segment of the evening. And you want to go and ahead and introduce us, since I know this is something that you really enjoyed watching, late night talk show.
It was. This was actually one of my favorite parts of late night, done by my favorite host, David Letterman. Well, he's tied with Conan O'Brien. But we're bringing back to late night and late evening, and we're bringing back on the talk show circuit, just for you, audience, we are bringing back the top 10, the late evening top 10, the A to Z program top 10. So this is AZ's top 10 list. And we are going to go through it. And this week, these are the top 10 things that we would impeach. Now, it's been in the news forever, it seems like, but for the past few weeks, month, Dave, it's been ongoing about the former President Trump and the impeachment that he was going through, or going to go through, and actually it ended up being he's not going to be impeached. They settled on not impeaching him, which, you know what, is fine because I'm sick of goddamn hearing him. Boss, I see your comment, Conan. Man, um, that's one. So anyway, we thought that on the heels of the impeachment or lack thereof, we decided to do a top 10 of things that we would impeach. So we're going to go through the top 10 things that we want to impeach. And these are just things that our staff compiled, which means Dave and I. And we're going to go ahead and get it started. So these are the top 10 things, and we'll carry on a little bit about this. So Dave, these are the top 10 things that the A to Z program would impeach. Number 10. Number 10, we would impeach the weather. That's right. We would impeach the weather. Why would we do that, Dave? Why would you want to impeach the weather?
Well, for myself, I would like to impeach the weather because it is so damn hot here in Miami. Like I said earlier, I can go out with the smallest shirt ever. Like, look, this one is like right there, and I'll be sweating up a storm.
Ooh.
And it is the most annoying thing in the world. And then I have to get in my car, and if I hadn't been in my car,
Mm-hmm.
all morning or whenever, it's gonna be hot. and I have to blast the AC. I'm wasting gas. It takes like at least like 8 to 10 minutes for it to really really cool down. I might even have to put the windows down to help it out, and it's just a hassle. And sitting in traffic in heat like this where it's just humid, it's awful. The weather
Yeah,
sucks. I just want a little breeze. I'm not asking for it to be, 50, 40, just maybe like, low
just
70s, 60s where, I'm good. I don't have to
yeah,
worry about walking out of my house and being like, okay, I might have to take another change of clothes because, I'm going to be sweating like crazy.
yeah. Well, I want to impeach this goddamn weather because I'm going to tell you something. We had that, what, 26 feet of snow right after Christmas, which is fine. December snowstorm, cool. But then all of a sudden January comes around, and it's kind of like, we're up here, we're hovering in the 30s, you know, mid 30s. Everything's kind of like thawing out, and and all of a sudden, the end of January. By the way, it's going to snow tomorrow. Oh, guess what's going to happen the day after that? It's going to snow. Guess what's going to happen the day after that? It's going to snow. Oh, and guess what else? It's going to be 0 freaking degrees. So I want to impeach this goddamn weather because it seems like Mother Nature decided to throw winter all in the month of February. Because I'm going to be honest with you, in the past 3 weeks, out of the seven, how many days are in a week? Seven. Out of the 7 days in a week, at least five of them have been shitty to drive in, shitty to work in, just shitty, goddamn shitty. So weather, I want to impeach the weather. That's the number 10 thing that we are impeaching. Number nine, the number nine thing that we are going to impeach is the groundhog. Now, here's the story with this goddamn groundhog. I I've mentioned before that the truck driver that delivers to my store that I work at lives like 10 miles from Puxatawney, Pennsylvania. And I'm not even probably saying that right, but probably nobody can unless they live there with like mashed potatoes in their mouth. But they coddle this groundhog all year long, and then they bring him out on February 2, and they just kind of hold him up, and he sits there, and he just kind of looks around. You know what I mean? He's looking for like a he's probably like had his fill of cheese doodles, and he's just sitting around looking at all these coal mining people that they're look like they've been in a nuclear disaster from 3 Mile Island. So he looks down, sees his shadow, runs back over to that idiot in the top hat, and he grabs him and puts him back in. But they really put faith in this to garner the weather, and the truck driver told me that they treat this as the gospel. I mean, if you go into that town and you badmouth that groundhog, I mean, they'll run you out with like torches and stakes. So I want that groundhog impeached because I'm going to tell you something. I think it's the most ridiculous thing in the goddamn world. What do you think, Dave?
I think it's absolutely silly. I remember watching it a couple years ago for the first time and seeing that they pull out the groundhog from that like little log house that he has, and he has like a little note on him. And then that's what they read off, saying, "Oh yeah, look, he saw his shadow or didn't see his shadow." And I'm like, "Who the hell? Who was in that house that wrote this note for him? The Keebler elves? Are they writing notes and
Yeah,
putting the like how who is seeing? Hey, let's see if he saw his shadow." Like I'm still baffled by this whole thing, how they do it. It's just, I mean, I get it. It's something nice for the town, but it's
probably
really silly.
probably brings tourists because the guy said that it's packed. He said all the hotels and everything around are booked, and the town is it's a town of about 6,000, 7,000 people, turns into like 25,000 people because they want to see this. I don't know. I think it's silly. I want to impeach the groundhog. Like you said, Dave, it's ridiculous.
And I
So,
think what Cody said is right. I'm pretty sure that the groundhog bit someone recently, if I'm not wrong.
well, either one would be fine, Cody, because if he didn't, he should bite that guy.
She's like, stop,
Um,
stop messing with me and just let me be an
yeah.
animal.
Let me have a carrot, okay? That's all I want. Deanna put up an image. I don't know if we can get that. Can we get that image up, Dave? She put it in a
Uh,
comment.
no, I
Probably
can't get it
not.
up.
Dave is going to work on that while I give you the number 8 thing that we here at the program are going to impeach, and that is Valentine's Day. Now, one of them bit one of them bit Mike Bloomberg. There's more than one woodchuck. We're going to impeach Valentine's Day, and I'm going to tell you why. Myself, I think Valentine's Day is other than Christmas time is festive. Christmas time actually has a deeper meaning of bringing family together and going to visit your family and all that jazz. It's like it kind of has a real meaning to it. Thanksgiving, you're thankful for everything that's good that's happened, and it's your time to project some perhaps charity towards someone or something. But Valentine's Day is about nothing but false pretenses, expensive flowers, and candy. Now, I'm okay with the candy. You want to buy me candy? I'll eat candy. I'll eat some candy. But it's like, Dave, Valentine's Day, some marketing genius had it, and all these businesses grasped onto it, and they welcomed it, and now for like that one day, these florists, these chocolatiers, they must make a fortune. But it's bullshit because I'm a single man, so I don't have anyone who I can share my life with or love with. And if I did, not only would I recognize them on Valentine's Day, but I would appreciate them numerous times throughout the year because that's just the kind of guy I am. That being said, Dave, how do you feel about impeaching Valentine's Day?
Well, before we get there, I'm gonna put up the boss's statement saying he got married on Valentine's Day, so it would actually mean something.
The
Absolutely,
boss brought meaning back to Valentine's Day?
absolutely.
Woo! Boss, thank you. Thank you, boss. Thank you for giving Valentine's Day some sort of meaning.
Yeah,
You are
exactly.
the man.
That is the most meaningful thing on Valentine's Day because everything else, like you said, I'm also a single man, but I just feel like it's a load of BS at this point. It's just uh, everyone trying to get their money, whether it's cards, chocolates, any of this. It doesn't. To me, I feel like if you're gonna love someone, show them 365 days of the year, not just
Yeah.
one day of the year. You understand?
Yeah.
So yes,
Yep.
it's nice. And then the other thing is like, okay, like yesterday, I wanted to go out and just get something to eat. It wasn't even like anything else. And most
You
of
just
these
want to go out to you just
places,
want to go out and eat.
yeah,
Yeah.
go out to eat. That's it. A normal Sunday, want to relax, go get something to eat. And you can't even do that because
No.
all these restaurants are ridiculous. Like I tried to go to Hooters. Even Hooters had an hour and a half wait. And this was at I believe it was like 7:30 p.m. Like
Hooters
it
had an
Hooters
hour and a half wait on Valentine's Day
at 7:30 p.m.
at 7:30 at night. I want everyone to hear what I just said, okay? Especially especially those of you who are the more romantic at heart. Hooters in South Florida had an hour and a half wait for dinner at 7:30 at night on a Sunday, no less, Valentine's Day. Hooters. So, okay. So, hey, honey, I thought in recognition of this wonderful day of love, why don't we go out to dinner and be served by a plethora of buxom women serving beer all night to me? Give me a goddamn break. What kind of Dave? That's ridiculous.
I know. Trust me, I was very disappointed. I was like, damn, I really wanted to go to Hooters. And then, I
Holy
mean,
Christ.
the boss, calm down. Hooters is great. Okay.
No, Hooters. I like Hooters. I don't like mine at all.
But yeah, I think, yeah, impeach and Valentine's Day. Just, that's it.
Yeah,
Stop it. Why,
Valentine's Day
why
needs
make
to be.
one day so special when every other day should just have as much meaning as Valentine's Day? I don't know. It's,
It really should. Because
yeah,
Dave, if I'm going to commit myself to one person, if I'm going to agree to share my life and my love with someone, that really means that I've dug deep and I want to do this. So of course I'm going to celebrate them and how much I appreciate them. And of course, I know everybody has the ups and downs. I mean, we're not going to get like all Dr. Phil here, but it's like, if I'm going to make that commitment and make that jump, it's going to be real, and it's not just going to be on Valentine's Day. So that's right there from the heart. So
Exactly.
anyway, moving on to number 7. The number 7 thing that we are going to impeach is Britney Spears' family. Now, for those of you who do not know or are unaware or only know of certain details, Britney Spears has lived somewhat of a strange life in the past 20 years. To kind of put things into simple perspective, she doesn't exactly have how would you say this, Dave? She has, like, they call it a conservatorship, but it's almost like she's has like these guardians and these like she has wards over her like finances and her and all of her ownings and stuff. Like she has like basically she has like a handler in her from her own family and is like babysat over all this stuff and isn't allowed to um freely live her life and her belongings. And I think it's bullshit because it's like, Britney Spears, it's no wonder that she went like off the rails a little bit those years ago because can you imagine like looking over your own family and having them like screw you over like that and be like you see him at Thanksgiving, oh yeah, by the way, thanks for taking $10 million from me. It's like that has got to be awful. I agree, Deanna. Hashtag free Britney. Yeah, exploiting her, almost owning her. No, the program does not condone or support that. Dave, how do you feel?
Pretty much the same way. I mean, all this really came into light with this past Britney documentary, and man, to me, I think it's insane. That she really doesn't own anything, and the thing that got me the most shocked was about her kids, that she basically doesn't have like she didn't win custody over her kids. Like she was a huge pop star. Like you can probably name anyone, Britney Spears, and they're gonna know who that is. And the fact that
100%.
Kevin Federline got custody of her kids,
How does
like
that
no like no
douchebag get that?
like no wonder like she hasn't been able to make a right decision or isn't like in the well state that that she should be, because she should be able to see her kids when she wants. Those are her kids. She
Exactly.
birthed them.
She's their mom. And not only that, she's a human being put under all this pressure. I mean, take away the fact that she's a pop star and she's on the cover of every. She's a human being who gave birth to these children. And her own family is oppressing her from that. Like, I'm not some big political cause guy, but I call wrong a wrong, man. This is wrong. And this woman, and it's like I said, it's no wonder the erratic behavior ensued because like being in the public eye, having to live up to this persona that she is, I would have cracked too. I mean, this is terrible. Brittany, just so you know, Britney Spears, if you're listening, you are welcome on the A to Z program anytime you want. You are welcome to air your grievances and say whatever you like, and we fully support you. We are 100% behind you. So
Absolutely.
they're stopping her. Oh, put the boss's comment up quick. Put the boss's comment up. And who's paying for the lawyers in the conservatorship that is stopping her from being free? She is, boss. That's coming from her dad, right? Taking her money. So she's basically, this is so screwed up. This is so screwed up. She was at my grad night. Really? Was she? That's
You're
that's
showing
pretty
your
cool.
age there, boss. But I'm pretty sure that was a fun grad night because I know I would have had a blast there
Oh,
if she
I
was
would have been.
performing.
Oh, I would have been all about that. Yeah, sweet.
All right.
So where are we at? We're on number 6. The number 6 now. This is gonna spark some interest in some of our fellow viewers here. The number 7 thing that we are going to impeach, or number 6, I'm sorry, is Britney Spears number 7. The number 6 thing that we are impeaching tonight is the Houston Texans. Now, the Houston Texans have not been making the best decisions as of late. Now, Dave, would you like to go into this a little bit deeper and explain to everybody why we're impeaching the Houston Texans here tonight?
Absolutely. First, to start off, you have your star quarterback who you paid last year come out this season and say he doesn't want to play for your organization anymore. He goes and then says that he wants input on the hiring of the GM and the head coach, and they basically said, oh, okay, yeah, sure, and they end up doing their own thing without him. So he's even more, you get him even more pissed after he's saying he doesn't want to play there anymore and to trade him. Then you go on ahead and you release. Basically, I would say I wouldn't put Deshaun Watson there yet, but probably the person that you can go off and say is the best player to ever play for your organization, and you just release him. I understand he wasn't happy, but you just release him. You just say, okay, here you go. Thank you for your
Yeah.
service for 10 years, and hope you win a championship. Like, I don't know who's running this organization, but they're doing a gosh darn lousy job to it. From the start, when they had Matt Schaub and your David Carrs, like, you
Mm.
haven't done crap. Like, I think it was a meme that said, the Houston Texans will not have any fans next season, and they're like, it's not for any pandemic reason. It's just because they're doing it their own way. They don't want any fans there apparently with all the moves they're making.
Yeah.
And the way it's looking, they're not going to be able to keep their quarterback there or happy. So, I don't know.
No, and Matt Schaub, I didn't know that. Schaub was a part of the organization at one time. He was a quarterback.
Hmm.
Wow. How long was he there?
He was there a couple of years, but again,
No
didn't
shit.
last long.
Didn't.
They couldn't protect their quarterbacks. Their offensive line was trash.
Oh my God. The Jet. Oh well. Brother Tim. Brother Tim has an interesting side impeachment.
I,
So Tim wants to add to a side note: the Jets should be impeached before the Texans. Well, I
I
mean,
don't think so.
I don't think so because you know everybody likes shitting on the Jets, and I'm not up currently on enough on the NFL pertaining to the Jets to make a solid comment. But I feel the Jets get a bad rap just as the Eagles do. Must be the color green. Um,
Well, the Eagles give themselves all reason to. But the Jets, at least, they have the number two pick this year. The
mhm.
Texans don't even have their number three pick that they would have had because they gave it to the Dolphins.
They
So it's like
did.
they gave it to the Dolphins. So it's like,
Oh God.
at least the Jets have something that they can somewhat look forward to. They fired their lousy head coach. They can move themselves in a direction if they want to. They're in talks to maybe get Russell Wilson. You never know. They're in it. At least the
Ooh.
Texans look really bad. Like, they look atrocious. Like, no one wants to play there. I thought the Eagles had a bad system to maybe go into, but I think the Texans is way worse.
Speaking of the Eagles, Carson Wentz, did he officially go to the Bears?
No.
No.
They're still deciding what they want to do with
They're still
good
deciding what
old
they want to
Wentz.
do with him. Because I know the Bears were thrown around, and I thought that would have been funny if he went there with Foles, because Foles is still there, right?
Yep.
Yep.
That
Wow.
I mean, hey, they can just replicate the formula that the Eagles did to win the Super Bowl. Have
Maybe,
Wentz start half the year, and then go ahead and throw in Foles in there and have him win a Super Bowl.
have him win the Super Bowl for him. Hey, it might work. Maybe that's the way they're winning. Um, so that was number six. Now number five is going to be something that's very dear to a lot of us. So the number five, the Bundy of the top 10 list tonight is we are going to impeach the WWE Network, or what was formerly known as the WWE Network, because NBC Universal, I believe, purchased the back catalog of basically they purchased the entire network and the content thereof. So, Dave, if I'm correct, what I have on my face. If I'm correct in assuming, Dave, that means they not only have all access to all of the classic content, the classic shows. Does that also mean that they will be providing the pay-per-views, and the all the extra content like the shows, the specials, all of that is going to be on Peacock now.
Yes, that is correct. You can either
Basically anything that was
you can have the network or you can have Peacock, and you'll be able to get all that content that you would normally get on the network.
wow. So basically it's not WWE Network anymore. It'll be all on Peacock slash WWE or
Yeah, so I think it's just gonna be straight through Peacock, and then if you have the network, you're still gonna be able to watch your network stuff. But
okay.
if you have Peacock, you can just go through it like that.
Okay. Now, is this, and I'll ask the audience too, tell me what you think. Do you feel this is a good move? Is this positive or negative? Now, Dave, how do you feel about it?
So I think it's, if I'm looking at it, if I'm Vincent Kennedy McMahon, I'm looking at it as a positive because
Okay.
Peacock has, well, let's say the WWE Network has like, let's say roughly 2 million subscribers.
Okay.
Peacock has, I believe, over like 20, 30 million subscribers.
Oh, wow.
So essentially, you're putting your product out to,
Hmm?
God, 30 times of what you were putting out to before. And you never know.
Wow.
Maybe you have someone that's like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and watch The Office. Oh, what's this? Elimination Chamber? Oh, let me check this out. And then, boom, right there, you get more people just tuning in.
I
Like,
didn't.
oh, look at that. Bam.
Wow.
Oh, look, they have a viewer. Someone watching Elimination Chamber. And they might stay and watch. Be like, oh, man, look at this monstrosity of a thing. I want to watch what happens.
I didn't think of that. And also, okay, as Tim pointed out down there, Dave, you're getting double the content for the same price. So as of right now, the prices aren't going up.
Nope. I think Peacock, yeah, it's, you have two packages for Peacock, I believe. I think one is like 4.99 or 5.99, and it has
Okay.
commercials. And if you don't want the commercials, I think it's 9.99, which is what you would pay just for the network. And
Just for the network.
here you would get, you know, your SNL, your Parks and Rec, your Office, all that good stuff.
So we're in a win-win situation with this.
Absolutely, I think so.
So why did we impeach this anyway?
It's just WWE kind of selling out.
Yeah, true. That's the truth.
but
Because after a while, I was getting confused. I'm like, what the hell are we doing? But no,
but
that is,
Vince is
and that's
doing what's best for business, and I think this is where I don't ever think you'll get a, you know, a Monday Night Wars type of deal where WWE will ever be in danger of going out of business.
oh no,
They'll
no.
have competition, but I think they've built their brand so big that they'll never go out of business.
It is, and it's almost to an unfair advantage because as we've discussed on another show, competition is very healthy. And we were actually excited when not only AEW a couple years ago came around, but we talked recently about the New Japan and all that stuff being in cahoots and being a better guy. Someone gives me $1 billion for this network. I'm sorry, I'm selling out also. Well, that's fine because we're talent and we get a chunk of that too. I mean, you're not going to give us something for what uh, what am I like? Am I like the minced meat that sits on the top shelf in the pantry and gets out once a year, Mister Faraci? Anyway, no, he's right. Um, so that was number five. Number four on the impeachment list of the A to Z program, and we're poking a little at this one, but this is Prince Harry. Now I'm going to tell you why I put Prince Harry on here too, and Meghan Markle also to impeach because as I said to you off air, Dave, in the backstage, it's like Harry's like this rogue royal, and I know there's a lot of people that are passionate about the royals, and I can understand like being a royal, like they've almost like taken on like they're pop culture ish now. It's like people are fans. People, keep up. Like, remember the royal wedding? Like, what was that? Like 10 years ago, and like everybody was staying up till like 3 in the morning watching it, and it was this gigantic thing. And I didn't do it, but I thought it was kind of neat. But you got Harry here, the younger brother of Prince Charles's children. who married Hollywood personality Meghan Markle, right? Hollywood personality, very very good looking woman, by the way. But they get married and they go on this trek of whatever, and all of a sudden, like they want to like move to Canada and they want to like excommunicate themselves from the family. But then they, months later, it's like, well, they're still royals, but they're taking a payout now. They're not taking a payout, and it's like, Harry's got to like, I understand like, you're born into the proverbial silver spoon. You have everything you've ever wanted in life and you won't want for anything. And I kind of get it. Maybe that's like to him, he's personally to him it's boring. Maybe he just wanted to live a little more of an exciting life and have a hot as hell girlfriend wife. And as a matter of fact, Tim Tabala made a comment that said, I'd do a lot of things to Meghan Markle. Impeaching isn't one of them. Well, Tim, I'm not going to say yes or no to that. Actually, I am going to say yes to that. Of course I will. Um, and she was also, yes, boss. She was in Horrible Bosses. That's right. But yeah, Dave, I just think that Harry's a little. I feel bad for him. He's a little confused. I mean, if I were a royal, which we never will be, but if I were a royal, I would probably just stick it out, man, because like you only really have to be like, like tipping the, put the pinky out and tipping the glass or the cup, and you have to like, and they do a lot of charitable things, and I know they do a lot of nice things for a lot of people and organizations, but maybe he's just like, and probably his mom dying messed him up. I know it would me. So I'm impeaching Harry because Harry. I say be yourself. Stop letting the pressure of the royal family dictate where your life goes, man. I say yay to Meghan Markle, yay to being a free spirit. Go for it, man. What do you think, Dave?
I agree with you. See, the impeaching here isn't such a bad thing. It's like impeaching them from that whole family. Like
Yeah.
you said, go be yourselves, go be happy. Like I feel like, I mean, I'm gonna bring up Tim's comment here. I don't know how much of this is true because I don't follow the royals as much. But he said that he knows that the queen had a hand in killing his mom, which would be insane.
Ooh, dipping into some conspiracies here.
Yes, and in my eyes, like you've always been kind of like the wild child, and you're always in the eye of everything. You know what? Go ahead and live your life. Be free. Stop, having to conform to what the royals and everyone wants you to be. Go be
Yeah.
happy. You
Be
know.
happy. Happy, joyous, and free. Weren't they on a hike in Canada somewhere? And like some dude like asked him to take a picture of him because he was standing by some nice scene and he had no idea it was Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. They was like, okay. And they took the picture. I thought that was neat. I thought that was pretty
Yeah,
cool. I really enjoyed that. So that's number four. Number three, we're getting down to the wire here, folks. We're getting down to the wire.
getting
The
a little chilly,
bare
no?
wire. It's bare now. We can see the wire. So, the number three thing we here at the program are going to impeach are, and boy, we're going to catch flack for this one. Maybe not. The Bernie memes. The Bernie Sanders memes. So, Dave, you actually brought this one up first. So, I'm going to let you take the lead on this one, and I'll go after you. But tell us why it's time to impeach Bernie Sanders memes.
Oh man, poor Bernie. It hasn't even been a month. Give the guy a break. He's had
Mm,
a tough, I don't want to even want to say year. I feel like tough, like 4 or 5 years. You have the party that you're trying to support. It's not backing you up.
yeah,
And then it's like, okay, he's gonna show up to the inauguration, do his thing, and he's just there. It's cold.
yeah.
Bernie's what, like 60, 70 years old.
I think he's 114. Yeah,
He's putting on his mitts. They look comfy. I would wear those too. And man, it doesn't stop. I see shirts. I've seen little keychains of him,
no,
and I'm like, oh my god, it's just getting like it was funny, like Tim here for the first 24 hours, and then after that, that's it, man. Leave the poor man alone. Let
it
him
was.
be.
I mean, there's gonna be like Bernie soda, like Bernie sausage gravy. You know what I mean? There's gonna be like Bernie popsicles. He's gonna be like the covers, like him with the mittens, holding like a popsicle. Oh, come
And it's
on.
probably gonna get brought back if in October we're back to like somewhat normal. We can go out. I guarantee there's gonna be a million people dressed up like Bernie Sanders. At least up in
Oh,
New York. Maybe not here because it's too hot, but in New York and all those places where it gets colder, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a million Bernies running around.
oh yeah. I can see like Vermont having like those, because I think they have like those syrup festivals. They'll probably have like the Bernie Sanders dress up contest. You know what I mean? You have all these idiots showing up in knitted gloves. Come on. Enough with the Bernie. Leave the guy alone, man. Bernie's, you know what? Bernie's all right. Bernie, if you're listening, you're welcome on the show anytime. Also
Absolutely, we support you,
on
Bernie.
us,
We'll back you
front
up.
row seat. Well, Dave, we're down to number two. We are down to number two, and this one, I want to impeach it just because I'm impeaching this just because of what it is and why it is, and that is the state of Louisiana. I am impeaching you right now for shutting down Mardi Gras because I feel that the way things are going, the upturn in positivity of, now don't misconstrue what I say, in the positivity of beating this virus and the downturn of positive cases, that whole sentence, number one, wasn't structured right, and number two, didn't make any sense. But I think everybody knows what I'm talking about. Anyway, I think that Louisiana should and would, if they were sought. Now, should find a way to just to have some kind of celebration. I mean, I know Mardi Gras is a big deal, and it's fun, and it's something, it's something positive. There has to be a way that they can have a Mardi Gras and not shut Bourbon Street down and like Vampire Street, whatever the hell it is over there, down, and nobody, the Voodoo Lounge. I don't know, but and no, boss, don't jump down my throat yet. Don't jump down my throat yet. Put up the boss's comment because I will rebut. No, science does not agree, Steve, and I agree with that because, as you know, I am a a supporter of science. But I just think that there's some way, because I know if a giant crowd gathers, that okay, let's go with the obviouses here. A giant crowd gathers, you are going to have a giant outbreak and another wave of people getting sick, and I agree with that and I understand that. I'm just saying I'm trying to think outside the beads here. I'm trying to think outside the bayou. I'm trying to think like, how can we have a cool Mardi Gras, still celebrate it, and still, and still kind of have that kind of celebration and fun. Does anybody? How could you do that without being involved in a gigantic crowd? Obviously, people are going to think there's no way because Mardi Gras is all about the crowd and the beads and throwing prostitutes off two-story balconies and all that stuff. I don't know what they do down there, but I hear it's fun. But boss, since you're adamant to kick me in the nuts the first time every time I say something, what do you think? As a matter of fact, boss, if you're out there, why don't have you seen humans in this country? Oh, I have, boss. Okay, never mind. Point taken. Point taken, boss. Point taken. But on a serious note, folks, I just wish there were a way that this could be celebrated because it's too bad. But obviously, for health and safety reasons, it cannot be. And that might be the finality of it, Dave, because we don't want another super COVID party going on when everything seems to be. I don't want to jinx anything and level it off, but like or jinx it, but it's leveling a little bit. Like it seems like things are catching on. People are being more aware and taking better steps, and the vaccine is helping the quote unquote herd immunity to take effect. Because a lot of people think herd immunity just means like get it, go out and spread it around, and everybody get it. That's absolutely not what herd immunity means. Look up herd immunity, and you'll understand what it means. We can come up with a plan for what's the boss is saying here. We can come up with a plan for everything to be safe, but people don't want to do that in April, May, June. in February. LOL. Okay, so Dave, if you would do me a favor here and put up Tim's comment about Groundhog Day Mountain. Look, I don't hate the month of February. Just it seems like I got a lot of heat with the month of February. I may be a little tinged a little bit with February, but for the sake and purpose of the show, and because February is, well, a pretty droll month. I mean, it today February's taking the pounding. So that's really all I can do to, make myself feel better about my diminishing figure here in life that takes off no meaning. By the way, Eric Bergman's. This is gonna. I'm joking, everybody, but Eric Bergman's. It reminds me of an Eric Bergman quote by his favorite band, Alice Donut. I believe it's a song or a band, but there's this band, Alice, or not a band, a song or an album. The band is Alice Donut. Okay, obscure indie band. Eric loves them. But they sing a song called "My Life is a Mediocre Piece of Shit," and that's what I was going for when I was self-depreciating myself there. I'm really not depressed, folks. I don't sit and eat ice cream in front of the Golden Girls every night. Okay, so not usually. So anyway, Dave, how do you feel about Mardi Gras? I've done my diatribe. Uh, is there any way this could happen, Dave?
So I think they should take a book, a page out of the book that Tampa did last week, and that is you kind of mentioned it, with the bayou comment. Why not do it out in the water? You can have like a boat parade. Obviously
Ooh.
you don't have to, for me it's more, if anything, about the people living in Louisiana, New Orleans. Like, they've been through some rough times,
Oh
right?
boy, have they?
You don't need to like have everyone like everywhere else coming in, but why not? Do something for them. Something
Yeah,
for the town, the city.
I
You
agree.
know, and you can do that boat parade. You have a huge, body of water there that you
Yeah, and then
can
you
do
got
it
Lake
in.
Pontchartrain too, and you got, um, like you say, all these swamps and bayous. I mean, I don't know, throw beads on alligators, put those little easy red headlights on them or something.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. You can easily do something like that, and have one of the boat, many of the boats, with the bands and the music, and kind of have some sort of celebration without it being like the great extravaganza that it is. I
yeah,
feel like you could do something like that and not just fully be like, yeah, no, forget it, we're not doing it.
yeah, no,
Either way, people are still gonna. I mean, if we're fooling ourselves to think that people are still not gonna do Mardi Gras parties over there, or
that's
anything
true.
like that are gonna be unsafe,
Hmm.
anywhere. So
And
why not do something for like the city? Try to
yes,
build them up and bring some positivity to them. Like, hey, you know what? Yeah, we're not back to normal, but we're still here.
and it might inspire those that were going to do unsafe partying things that would potentially be a giant spreader that might inspire them to follow along and say, hey, you know what? We still can have a little fun. We don't have to be total, noobs and disobey and and get everybody sick. Maybe something can happen. But before we get to number one, Dave, I'm getting roasted here, bad over in the comments. And I don't hate February. I really don't. Um, but since everyone thinks I do, Dave, why don't we start with Steve Faraci right after the LMAO, the comment after that. We'll go right down in a row. So Ric Flair's birthday is February 25th. So there's one great thing about February. I agree, and of course the next one I hold dear to my heart. The Texas Tornado himself, Kerry Von Erich, was born September 3rd. R.I.P. And of course, nobody can go without taking a frickin' jab. I was really hoping Beefcake was born in February. I know you were, boss. I know you were. And I'm probably gonna get a card on Beefcake's birthday from you. I have no doubt in my mind of that. But oh yeah, and Stephanie's right. R.I.P. Carrie did die in February too. Unfortunately, Carrie died right after his birthday. I think a week or two. I'm not sure when. It might have passed it. I should know that, but I don't. But regardless, R.I.P. Carrie. That was
I'll tell you now. It was the 18th, so we're
the
actually 3 days away.
3 days away from the anniversary of Carrie's passing. So yeah. So February 18th. So, ladies and gentlemen, producer Dave,
We're here.
we have arrived at the number one thing that the program is going to impeach. And ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, everyone listening and watching around the world, the number one thing that we are going to impeach is President's Day. President's Day. Yes, today, Friday and today, you are under impeachment, and I'm gonna hand Dave the reins first on this, and then I'm going to comment. So, Dave, start us off on why we are choosing to impeach President's Day.
Well, it is today. If anyone didn't notice, today is President's Day because I'm pretty sure, like myself, like the host of the show, Mr. Eric Sant, President's Day is a holiday. However, we all worked it. Most of us, I'm pretty sure, did anyway. But somehow it's a holiday that we're supposed to celebrate. I mean, I didn't get paid holiday pay. So to me, it's like, why is this holiday? What are we
Yeah.
celebrating? We have some very lousy presidents. Are we going to celebrate them too? Or we're
Mm-hmm.
just going to, brush them under the rug and just celebrate the ones we like?
Yeah.
I don't know, I just feel like it's a pointless holiday to have.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, it's another, February good old holiday.
As Tim said, oh look, another February holiday.
But look,
Oh, and
he
he had
he
today off. He loves President's Day. Oh, of course you do, Tim, because you had it off. So I think they should make a holiday. Before I get into President's Day, I think they should make a holiday for the workers that it should be the holiday for workers who don't get holidays off. We should get a holiday. We should get like a Friday off because we never get most of these holidays off. We get like what? Usually we only get like what? Christmas, sometimes Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? It's like people like us in the fields that we are in work right through all these holidays. And to pinpoint President's Day, we've had some really shitty presidents. I mean, I'm not saying I'm more qualified to run the country, which I'm not. But that being said, and excluding the last president that we had, there's been some other pretty crap presidents. I mean, if we go back to the days of, that guy with the white hair and the blue suit and the knickers, and I don't know who I'm talking about. I'm just making shit up right now. But we've probably had some really really shitty presidents, and I know we have. And I just kind of feel like, okay, you get one. It's actually, Dave. You know what? It's President's Weekend. It's not even President's Day. It's President's Day weekend because most of the schools got Friday and Monday off. Oh, wow. Well, wait a minute, boss. Hold on, Steve. Dave, put that up. I want the audience to see how many frickin' holidays Steve Faraci gets off. How in the hell do you get 9 holidays off? My God. What do you work for a calendar company? Well, how the hell do you get that many off? Holy Christ. Oh my God. But
Seriously,
anyway,
I
no,
don't
I
even get
agree,
that many
Dave.
days off on the site.
Yeah. How the hell many? Jesus Christ. But Dave, I agree. President's Day, I mean, there's other holidays that I feel should be made of more of a broader attention to and be given off than President's Day myself. I understand he's the leader of our country and that's a position of office, blah 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 blah. But I think there's a few more important holidays that everyone should get off. It should be like the 4th of July ish. It should be like, other things like that. I feel there's more important holidays than President's Day. Myself, that's just me and obviously you, but here we are. What are we going to do? Well, all we can do is sit and bitch about it and make stupid jokes, which, thankful I can do that. Oh, so anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that was our top 10 list for today's episode. That was the top 10 things that we are going to impeach. And my God, Dave, we got through that. That was fun. That was fun. And audience, thank you for all of your great feedback and stuff. But Dave,
Absolutely. And we had a Sam who thinks that COVID should have been the one thing we impeached, which didn't make our list.
COVID didn't make our list, Sam, and I'll tell you why. Um, I think it's universally known that COVID should be impeached. Maybe we'll throw COVID in the douchebag on one of the upcoming shows. So because we're not done with COVID yet. We're still going to pound on COVID. We're by far from letting COVID get away from us. But Dave, we have something important we need to go over, and that is the question posed by you in the previous statements before of the coffee drinks that we drank. We were trying coffee drinks, as you said, and we got ourselves so jacked up on caffeine that we actually had, we stayed up late, and we are now going to find out who came the closest to guessing how late we stayed up, and that winner will receive personally autographed, if they want, by me, A to Z Program T-shirt of your size. And you know what? I'll even throw in. You can have a black one or a white one. You know what? You tell me what color you want. You want an orange one or a pink one? I'll get you a pink one. I can do that. I have that power, and I don't abuse it. So anyway, Dave, without further ado, who
Let,
so far has come closest or on in guessing how late we stayed up?
so it's a little bit tricky because most people only gave one answer,
Okay.
right? So obviously you fell asleep at a certain time, and then mine is even more difficult because if we want to get
Yeah.
technical, I fell asleep at 10:30,
Right.
but I woke up an hour later,
And then
and then I didn't fall asleep till 5 in the morning. So it was more like oh, okay, I'm just gonna lay down, and I rested my eyes, and then I'm like, holy crap, I just woke up.
it's like boom.
You, on the other hand, fell asleep at 2. So looking at everyone's answers, no one got an exact time.
No one did.
So I'm gonna let you decide. There is one that came really close to yours.
Okay.
So right now we have Carmen that said 11:30.
Okay.
Harley said 3:30.
Mm-hmm.
Steve said you did not get any sleep. That it's a trick question.
That is a trick question.
Steph said 12:30 for me,
Mm.
11:45 for you.
Oh.
Jasmina said 3, and Sam said 1:30 for me, and 2:30 for you.
Mm.
So Sam was the closest to your time, just being short 30 minutes.
Sam was the closest, and who was closest to your time? Who approximated you closest? Was it Steph?
Am I counting 10:30 or 5?
Why don't we count 5?
5. So, if I'm counting 5, which wasn't a fun work day for me the following hour after that, it would be Harley with 3:30.
Okay. So why don't we do this? Why don't we declare the winners of the T-shirt contest of the free giveaway? We are going to declare Sam Titus is the winner of one, and Harley is the winner of the other one. So there we go. Congratulations, you guys.
Congrats, the first
Congratulations.
ever A to Z T-shirts.
They are coming. And what you can do is you can drop in the comments at any time what your size, what you want. You can even, I'll tell you what, we'll make it easier. You can private message me on the A to Z program messenger, and which is my own messenger, and let me know what you want, how you want, and I'll make it happen. And we will absolutely send you that. So we really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
Thank you guys
wow.
for participating, and basking in our miserableness of not being able to sleep and feeling even worse the following day at
Oh
work.
God, it was awful because I had to be up at like 5 myself to get to work at 6. So, like I said, Dave, I was feeling your pain. Um, but yeah. So anyway, Dave, that about wraps it up here. We've had quite a fun show here today.
Absolutely.
This
Always
has been
fun here.
oh, it's always fun. Well, it's just one of those things. We just want you to escape, and we want you to come, and we want you to have fun, laugh with us, and joke with us. And everything and everyone and anything is welcome. And as always on Pop Culture Pros, we appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate you watching. Dave, I'm going to run down quick. Tonight was the A to Z program. That's us. Tomorrow night is also us. We have the Just Too Sweet show tomorrow night. And what else do we have coming after the Just Too Sweet show? What what
At,
what's the show rundown as the week goes on?
after the Just Too Sweet show tomorrow night is Granny's Peach Tea.
Ooh,
And they have a lot to talk about, especially with this last week's WandaVision episode that was fantastic.
wow. That's all I have to say is wow. What a great episode that was. But anyway, go ahead.
Wednesday, we have the Put It in the Book show where the boys talking Mets all the time. We'll be talking about some off-season acquisitions and definitely getting closer to the season. And we also have, finally, I know I said it last week, but last week a lot was going on. So this week,
Is it
for sure, 100%,
is it coming back?
it is the return of the four-quarter show.
Yes. Awesome. Oh
It's
man, a
coming
lot of people have
back.
been waiting for that, Dave. A lot of people have been
Absolutely.
waiting for that.
And I know I teased the little thing that I'm going to bring onto the show first thing. So you don't want to miss it Wednesday after the Put It in the Book show. Thursday, I believe, if I'm not wrong, I know they've been doing it lately, is the Jader and Kyle show.
Yeah.
They're, they're back. They're going to be reviewing another movie. They might have a special guest on. Definitely don't want to miss that.
Don't want to miss that.
And am I missing anything else? I think we got it.
I think we got Pro Tunes. Where are we
Oh,
at
Pro
with Pro
Tunes.
Tunes?
Yes, I believe, if I'm not wrong, Timmy and Keith are going to be on the fourth episode of Pro Tunes. And they're going to be, again, I think it's the Last Doors album.
LA Woman, I think, right?
I believe so.
I think that's what it is. Cool. So, folks, that's your rundown of shows on Pop Culture Pros. We strive to entertain you, and we always like Dave was saying with the rundown of the shows, we have something for everybody. There's an outlet for everyone. If you want to talk sports, we have the sports shows. If you want to talk debating, we have the Four Quarters show. If you want to go movie reviews, we have Jader and Kyle. If you like wrestling, you have our show. If you just like to be entertained and talk about crazy stuff, you have this show. It's just there's so much that we have to offer and that we love giving to you. This is what we do. This is what we strive for. We want you to have fun. And that is the main motto here at the A to Z program, as a matter of fact. And on that note, everybody, I really appreciate you tuning in tonight. I appreciate all the feedback. Dave, I think we've had a great show. What do you think?
Absolutely. Fun show as always.
It's been a wonderful show.
Well,
Dave, you got any parting words before we
Timmy,
before we head off the air?
Timmy saying which one it
Oh,
is. It's Soft
Soft Parade.
Parade.
Okay, Soft Parade. I forgot about that. Well,
And
yeah, parting words,
also,
Dave. Parting words. What do you got?
wait, from Timmy, Empire
Oh,
161 returns
oh,
in a week.
I'm
Yankees
I'm
free
jump
agent
I'm
and
jumping the
spring
line here.
training.
Okay, 1 week,
So
huh? Cool.
so that means I'm not sure. I'm believing they'll go after us since I don't think they go on too early, or they might go on before us.
Um,
So
they
be
might, they might, yeah. It would be fine if they wanted to go on like at 5, and then we'll go on after that. That's no problem. That's no problem. I mean, I'll negotiate. It's just, we're flexible here. So, but yeah, Dave, what you got? Give us some parting thoughts and words here.
as always, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope we were able to entertain you and get you away from whatever's going on in this world, in your life, anything happening, and that we can, bring some smiles, some laughter to your life. And if we didn't, let us know so we can, better ourselves. We're all about the critiques. We won't take it personally, we promise. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much
Solemnly
for tuning
swear.
in. Pass it
Solemnly
right back
swear.
off to you.
Oh, wait, this way. I caught it. Yeah, as Dave said, everybody, we encourage you to be safe. It's still a crazy world out there. So everybody just still stay diligent and stay the course that you're going. If you've been fortunate enough to be healthy, stay that course. If you've been affected by this horrible thing, then I hope you're better from it. I hope you've healed from it. I hope whatever family members have, and I hope you continue to stay the course to keep yourselves in line and stay healthy because we're going to beat this thing. All together, we're going to beat this thing, and it's going down and it's happening. And if you keep watching and keep doing your part, as I'm doing my part, as Dave's doing his part, we're going to beat this thing. We're going to beat the living shit out of it, and we're going to have a new life back. I didn't say everything, a normal life. We're going to have a new life, and it's going to
A,
be good. It's not
a
going to be
better
bad.
life.
I think it's going to be great. So, on that, I would like to thank everybody one more time. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for interacting. We will be back next week with another special show, and we might even have a special guest. You never know. Wait a minute. That just rhymed. I don't even know why I did that. I didn't even try. So, on behalf of producer Dave, my name is Eric Zant. I am the host of the A to Z program. I was reading Farachi's comment. I caught Universal. I didn't even know what he was talking about. But on behalf of producer Dave, I'm A to Z. This is the A to Z program. Follow us on popculturepros.com. Pop Culture Pros all over anywhere you get your content, from YouTube to iTunes, everywhere in between. And drop us a line. And very, very soon, Dave, very, very soon, there may be another place where they can interact with us on the A to Z program, and we'll keep you up to speed on that. But until then, he's David Waukee. He is the producer. My name is AZ. I am of the A to Z show. I am the namesake. I am the icon of pop culture pros, and I'm going to hear so much flack from that. It's not funny. But anyway, everybody, good night, good luck, and stay well. Peace.